Internet humour can be fucking dreadful. That use of random. Oh. Yes, a picture of a cat in an office chair. Yes, how hilarious. Oh, a hip-thrusting stormtrooper. I'm sure Louis C.K. is worried for his career. What's sad is you can see where it came from. Look at Vic and Bob. Imagine one of those internet pictures shared by someone who writes random followed by one of those ghastly abbreviations, because of course the person writing this has some important work to get on with and thus requires shorthand. But in this case, make it funny. In fact, some of their stuff is so weird, it's actually polarising. That's Vic and Bob, but what about Toast of London? Matt Berry from Off of the IT Crowd and a lot of voiceover stuff, because he sounds like an amalgam of every advert voiceover. He stars as Stephen Toast, and if you've ever seen either the IT Crowd or House of Fools, you won't in any way be surprised by some of his personal traits. While Berry is a cracking comedy performer with a top sense of timing, he is very much typecast. Do funny voice and be vaguely dirty. I heard Matt Berry's real voice, and I was disappointed to hear that he sounds like a normal human man, rather than a supermarket tannoy announcer with dreams of becoming a radio DJ. Anyway, Toast of London, another fine example of Channel 4 showing they can do real comedy when they're not sat in a sandpit trying to make phallic sandcastles while blowing snot bubbles. Stephen Toast is an actor attempting to expand his career despite obvious personal shortcomings and poor choices. Add to the mix a roster of insubstantial but amusing secondary characters to mostly prevent him from getting what he wants, and there you have Toast of London. You get a great sense of the tone in the first 2 minutes of the first episode. Usually the first episode is a barrier you have to get through, some are harder than others, but Toast of London has a marvellous opening scene that's very much indicative of the rest of the show, i.e. it's actually funny. My beeping ankle bracelet is telling me I'm being too nice, or I'm too close to Chuck Lorre's house, so I guess it's time to break this high horse's legs. Musical interludes aren't an unusual occurrence in shows of this type, so I wasn't surprised when singing started breaking out. I wasn't surprised, but I was a bit bored. They seemed poorly thought through and weak by comparison to the rest of the show. I would like to inquire where I can get compensation from, as Matt Berry's fake sex face put me off my food for several weeks. And as I mentioned earlier, the secondary characters are somewhat insubstantial. Any scene that doesn't include Toast is noticeably poorer for it, as others start to show their one-dimensionalness. It's probably a word. A prime example is the agent, occasionally amusing, but possibly that's because she is basically the agent from Friends. One-dimensionalitude, definitely not a word, is sometimes part of the charm, and there is a lot of charm here. I laughed at it, which quite frankly is enough given other Channel 4 comedies have failed that basic test, so give it a go. Because House of Fools has been cancelled and we need some bombshells to hide in during the eradication of good TV comedy. No, I couldn't think of a better ending line.